Starting preview. What? Preview quality good now.
Now hit go left. Yep. Yeah, it does a preview first, just like with the other switcher.
You are live with the commercial playing.
What's that?
There's a commercial playing where you're live.
I'm live and there's a commercial playing. I guess I'm. Thanks, guys. I need that money. Please click on the link. I don't know what it was for. Was it for something stupid? All right, I don't know. Hey, guys. Okay, so. Okay, trying this again. Thanks, guys, for sticking with us. Hopefully, it will be very exciting eventually. I will have a drink in between. I'm drinking this Health Aid kombucha. It is. It's bubbly. It's flavored Pink Lady Apple.
All right, you're live for shoot.
All right, so we're going to do a quick three-point lighting setup. Really easy, kind of standard fare, I guess, if you're making portraits of people, a good place to start. So I'm going to use 3 lights, although three-point lighting could be 2 lights and a reflector, et cetera, et cetera. And we're just going to go for it. So for my key light, which is, I often say, like when people are like, what are you going to, what modifier should I start with or what should I get? This 2x3 softbox is usually a good bet. Umbrellas are cheaper if you are on a budget, but a 2x3 softbox is kind of a standard that most people have eventually. So I'm going to use this as my key light. This is going to give us our basic soft light over our model. And then we'll go from there. So I'm going to turn this guy up. And I am using the ProPhoto system. I'm just going to put this one, because it's going to be my main light, I'm going to put it in my A group. So you've got groups and channels, right? So your groups are basically distinguishing between your different lights. So A, B, and C are going to be like kind of my groups that I'm going to control different power-wise, but all 3 of my lights are going to be on the same channel. So generally, with this kind of stuff, you want to put your light more or less as close as possible, right? Because the closer your light is to the subject, the softer it will be. And if we're making a portrait, usually soft light is going to be preferable. I'm going to put it, some people say, I've heard, that you should put the softbox the distance from the subject equal to the long end. So you could say that. I say as close as possible. It's a lot easier to measure and stuff, right? I'm going to position my softbox as such. It's going to basically be pointing towards her, but also kind of a little bit this way. It's called feathering the light, right? So I'm not pointing the center of the softbox right at my subject. I'm kind of pointing it a little bit past her. This way, the light is going to come this way and give me more to work with if I want to use like a reflector or anything like that. It's going to kind of wrap around a bit. All right, cool, that's easy. This is in my A group, so let's meter that. So I have my light meter. I'm in my screen, of course. I've lost my light meter, so we're going to use TTL. There it is. Well, thanks, Seth. As usual, Seth saving the day. All right, so remember that when we're in this situation, we want to set our camera to kind of remove as much ambient light as possible, right? Ideally, you want to remove all of it. We'll see if we can manage that. We're going to set our ISO as low as it goes within the normal range. Our shutter speed at the top end of where it can sync, which is 1/160th here and 100 ISO. So then I'm going to take my meter, and I'm actually going to put it in the, I'm going to do a little different, guys. I'm going to put it in the ambient mode. And because I know I want to shoot around f8, because that gives me a nice depth of field, I'm just going to meter the ambient light on my subject. All right, so I'm getting 0.56. Somebody can do the math. That's a lot of stops. So I know I'm way underexposed, at least according to the meter. So let's just take a shot and see at f8 and see what we get. Now, if you wanted to shoot at a different...
No, the demos are still Thursdays.
Yeah, the demos are still going to be on Thursday. Yeah, this is a Saturday because this is when we could get together and do it. The Adorama, in fact, the very next one, if you guys have not seen it, is going to be next Thursday, the 13th. Go to adorama.com/events, I'm sure it's still there, and sign up for it because even though it's an online event, so you guys probably aren't used to signing up for it, they want to see that people are interested. So please do just sign up for it. It is free. So anyways, I'm doing f8 because I like that depth of field. You guys know that that's what I like to work with. But at 0.56, I probably could go all the ways open on this lens. Let's be like a cool young photographer and shoot wide open. So I'm going to shoot at f4. All right, so I'm at f4. I'm turning my flash off And I'm just going to make a shot. I just want to see what the ambient light looks like. I mean, I can already see, being this is a mirrorless camera and I'm looking through it, that I'm going to get a little bit of light in here. So, you know, even though, I always say this, even though the meter is telling me it's crazy underexposed, there is this kind of factor that, you know, it's not as underexposed as I'd like it to be at f4. So there's a couple of options. I could go to high speed sync and do a faster shutter speed. I could, yeah, let's do it a couple different ways. Let's go to f8 first, because that's what I would normally do. Because I like f8, because I'm not a young, trendy photographer. Let's see. I can actually still see her a bit, but I think it's going to be okay. I'm throwing it in manual, by the way, guys, because it's tremendously difficult for it to get a focus in here. All right, that's dark. But this is definitely, I'm sure, let me quickly grab this. As always, we grab this, right? And usually when I'm doing it at Adorama, you know, I go 2 or 3 stops over and you see it's still dark, but I bet, oh, actually that's not too bad. We're at almost 2 stops. I think that's good. I can live with that. So that shows us we're there. Now I'm going to take my flash and set it up. Because I am using a light meter, you know, because I got it, I might as well use it. So I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to switch myself into a flash mode. Yep, and I'm going to meter. I'm going to meter towards the light. Oh, F10. Okay. Dial this bad boy down a bit. Yeah, you don't have to sign up to watch it on YouTube, but just sign up for the event so we know people are interested in doing it. Yeah, you can still see it even if you don't sign up. It just benefits us because then Adorama will be like, okay, this is worth doing because we can see people are going to watch it. If you forget to do it, you can just show up. Don't worry about it. It'll be next Thursday. Also, if you sign up in Eventbrite, it'll give you a notification when it goes live. Okay, so light set at f8. Let's take a peek. All right, so I'm focusing in. This is just my key light. Nice and simple. There she is. So even metered, this looks a little hot to me. Look a little hot there, Sheila? I mean, I can blow it up. This is an icon.
Why is the screen orange?
My screen is orange.
Yeah, look.
That does look kind of orange. I do not know.
Let me take a look really quick.
All right, so that's going to figure out why the screen is orange. It does not look orange to me here.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Sheila's so hot.
Yeah.
So she's a smidge hot, right? So even using the, you know, the meter, you're still going to want to adjust based on your subject. She's kind of extra reflective, kind of like me. Like if I go out in the sun in the summer or something,
That's strange.
I have no idea why it's doing that.
Why did that? Is it orange to them?
Does the screen look? Well, look on YouTube. Yeah. Hold on. Let me close this.
Audio's good. Okay. Let me switch over to this. Get out
Yeah.
of the. Okay.
I'm on the monitor, so you can see. All right, so looking at that, I'm just going to come in and dial this down. Now, this is the thing. When you want to get a roundabout area, and then you're going to actually, for each subject you put in front of your camera, you might tweak up 1 or 2 tenths up and down just to get close. If you don't have time to go up and down, or you don't want to take the time, you're not tethering, which you should be, you're always better to be a smidge dark, but just not too dark. Because remember that your noise is in your shadow, so you don't want to underexpose. You just want to make sure you don't blow your highlights. So let's try that. I brought it down 2 tenths.
Yeah, it is yellow on the screen.
Huh, that's so weird. I wonder why that is.
I'm wondering if we should unplug and plug in.
All right, let's unplug and plug again. All right, guys, let's see what happens. Boop.
And the audio's skipping in and out. Might be. Oh, wait a second. I just lost the H. Oh, yeah.
Yep, you lost the HDMI because I unplugged it. All right, I'm also going to try something. I have the power plugged in through the HDMI cord. Let me just unplug that and plug it in over here. I don't know why that would matter, but you never can tell.
That's so strange.
Yeah, that is strange. I got detail there. If you're a little unsure, you can just drag it down a smidge too to make sure.
It's your whole screen yellow.
Why is it yellow?
Let me see if there's something in here. Hang on. I'm coming
Okay.
up with the screen.
All right. So that's messing around with it, guys. I'm just going to move forward and we'll see. So it still looks a little hot to me. I'm trying to be extra safe here. Boom. There we go. That's a little better. So, oh, actually. So it's bright on that side, because remember, that is that's the hot side, right? That's the exposure side. This is actually my shadow side.
It was on 6500.
Of what?
on the in camera. I'm looking at the shot info.
Yeah, it's on flash, isn't it?
It's 6500 on here.
Yeah, it's on flash. That's what flash is for this camera.
Okay,
It's weird, right?
By pumping in warm to counteract the blue flash, maybe?
Yeah, but it doesn't look.
Okay.
Yeah, but it doesn't look warm on my computer screen.
No, it's yellow here. Okay.
Okay. Well, you want me to turn it down?
I'm just
I'll switch
curious.
I'm gonna switch my white balance, guys. We're trying to work out the bugs here, so you get to be part of that. If only I knew how to switch the white balance on the camera.
It's just strange.
Actually, I'll do it here. See if this changes. Let's go here and switch this to.
Yeah, but why would it output?
I have no idea why it's doing that. I'll switch it to sunny. Well, it's on flash. I mean, did that change it? No, it stayed at 63. I'm gonna switch it to sunny. Sunny's 52, according to this.
That looks,
Better?
yeah.
All right, we'll see it there. It doesn't look exceptionally blue. It looks.
But it's even the capture one screen itself. Yeah. Even the capture one frame, look.
Yeah, the entire computer output looks warm.
Yeah.
That is very
That
strange.
is so strange. I've never seen that.
Yeah, I'm wondering if.
Did you try directly? Oh, yeah, you did. Okay.
Yeah, I did. I switched it. I don't know any other solution.
I've never seen. Oh, okay. We're having a good stream today.
No, this is good. It is funny how much warmer this one looks now that we switched the white balance. It actually looked fine to me before, but I think that actually it was a little bit warm.
Oh,
Yeah, the whole thing still
but
looks.
the whole thing's yellow.
Yeah, even the capture one screen looks yellow. It's like the computer's putting out a warmer.
Oh, you know what? I know what it might be.
What was the screen?
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Yeah, well, this is what we're working. This is what you call working it. You guys are learning all about this.
Broadcom. Color LCD.
Okay. See if that changed it.
Does that look different to you?
Yeah, it does. I think. Switch it back.
Built-in Retina display. And color LCD. But this should also be. Are you on Catalina?
Well, I'm not in night shift, am I?
Are you on?
I am in Catalina.
You're
Yeah.
on Catalina? Sorry, guys.
Yep. I mean, it's not night shift, right? 'Cause doesn't that warm it up? No, it's off.
You would have seen it though. You would have seen.
Yeah,
that
that's true.
shift.
Yeah.
There's also a True Tone that screws it up. Arrangement.
True tone.
But we're on color LCD. We took off the Broadcom. Scaled, yeah. And then if I go to, where's,
Well, I wonder if does the background look warm too if you drop capture one out?
but isn't that is yellow all over it? I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't let you do the True Tone here. That's so strange.
I don't know.
The True Tone is what it does. It keeps on fluctuating the screen.
Oh, based on
the ambient.
Oh yeah, no, we don't want that.
But I don't even see that option here.
We'll go to help and just start typing true tone.
I did True.
Oh. Yeah, nothing.
Okay, I guess we're gonna just try to get through this demo.
Huh. Yeah, but it still says optimized for Broadcom. I thought we didn't want that. Built-in Retina is what we want, right?
Well, it's reading, yeah, built-in Retina. Go to color and keep it on color LCD.
Okay. So the question is, I don't think it saved it. Why didn't it do that? How do you hit save here? Doesn't show any.
Oh, that is strange.
Yeah, there's no savey save.
But you saw the screen change color.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah.
Maybe check the monitor press. We're doing that. I look magenta-ish. What? Bill Gates hacking your computer.
Huh. See if that's better. I mean, my computer itself looks totally fine, and the picture looks cooler now.
The only one picture is cooler. Everything else is still yellow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll shoot like that. We just care about the image right now anyway.
Yeah.
But that is
That's-
completely warm.
Yeah, it doesn't match it at all.
And it's outputting like that.
Yeah.
Welcome to our lives, everybody.
Well, that's weird, though.
I'm going to look at my computer really quick.
All right. Seth's going to look at his computer. We're going to keep going forward. Okay, so we can see now that we've got the one light up. The exposure looks pretty good. Again, if you're nervous, you can bring it down a bit, but I actually think that's pretty nice. And by feathering the light out, right, the light's kind of coming at a bit of an angle, and because of that, we're going to get nice texture, right? We do want texture in skin, no matter what Photoshop enthusiasts like to tell you, right? You want to see some texture in the skin. I don't know what to call them now. I am going to turn the light down too.
People
They're Photoshop enthusiasts. All right, so, by the way, I apologize for the nudes on the channel. I didn't have a shirt for her. Okay. All right, dialing it down. That looks pretty good. So here she is. We're good here. You know, we have texture. We got good cheekbones. We got some shadow over here. She looks pretty good. Now, what I normally do when I'm using a separation light, so when you're doing three-point lighting, you've got a lot of options, right? You've got your key, your fill, your separation, you got your background light. So the question is, which ones do you use, right? So I think I'm gonna go separation on this, and I'm gonna use my strip bank, which is what I normally use for that. And I like to put it at the opposite side, generally, of the key light, especially on a dark background. The reason for that is it's gonna help with separation, right? If I put it on the same side, which some people like to do as well, it might look more naturalistic, but in this case, she's just gonna go dark on that side. Question?
Switch the HDMI to your USB port.
Ah,
No, it's not a Capture One bug.
no, Capture One looks perfect here. It's the Sling Studio, probably. We're using a different streamer, guys.
And affordable lights, an affordable light meter, what would you recommend?
Affordable light meter, Sekonic 308 is probably the affordable meter to get. But affordable is many different levels. You could get this guy too. This is the 5 or 8. Well,
We're batting
we didn't need
1,000. We're batting 1,000, man.
we are doing so good here. This is our first time.
Guys.
This is why we're doing this as a test. Dan's gonna have a drink while he fixes that. All right, so let's bring our second light in. This guy is gonna be the Profoto B2. Normally, when I'm setting up my groups, I'm going to make my key light A, and then my kicker or separation light or background light, depending on which one I'm doing, C. The B light will usually be a fill light. So I'm gonna make this C. I'm not sure if I'm even on the screen right now, but I think I probably am.
You're just out of screen.
All right, I'm just out. I'm just on the side here, guys. Okay, so I'm in C. I'm gonna take the box and basically put it so that it's, again, we're feathering the light, right? We're kind of sending it past her. We just want to give a little touch to the hair. Again, the other way to do this is you could very easily, oh good, the heat's coming on.
We're killing it. Killing it.
I got the modeling light on here so you guys can see a little better. Cool, all right. I'm not sure if that's in the shot or not, but we'll find out. All right, because I'm metering multiple light sources, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna collapse. This is one advantage of a meter like this. I'm gonna collapse down the front here to make it a little easier. You can also just turn the other light off, cup your hand around it if you have a different meter, but this just works really nice. All right, so here we go. I'm gonna just watch your toes on my cord there. I'm gonna come back over here. The reason why I'm bringing the camera is I'm using the remote here to fire the meter. 2.5, all right, so I'm gonna give this guy, this is the B light.
I'm just going to plug in my laptop to the HDMI just to see if it does the same yellow.
Okay. Guys, we're just switching stuff around here. Hopefully that's not too much of a pain here. All right, so I got both the A and the B light on. So again, the B light is this background light.
Okay, so I think it's something with your laptop.
The background light's actually the C light. That's the reason why it's not working. See that? I got confused by the... Your laptop's not doing the problem?
Wait a second.
What?
Oh.
Uh-oh.
You gotta be kidding.
Does True turn on tone on the iPad or something? Ah. Okay. So I'm getting 2.8-ish back here. I'm gonna bring the B light up a bit, the C light up a bit, I'm sorry. Man, I'm getting my numbers mixed up there, my letters. I'm getting my letters and my numbers mixed up.
We should be okay. I don't, maybe they was fine, they just didn't know, they might be on something weird.
All right, so hopefully we fixed that. The iPad itself was being goofy, which, you know, is not uncommon. First time for everything. All right, so this is roughly, remember I turned this guy down in the front about to stop, so I'm going a little bit more than 5/6 in the background light just to look at it. I have a feeling we're gonna have to turn this down too because generally lights coming from the back tend to look just Geez, the helicopters are coming and everything. Lights coming from the back tend to look a little brighter anyways, so we'll give this guy a quick smack and see what it looks like. Yeah, that's a bit much. It's very athletic. If you're doing like an athletic portrait, this is an athletic portrait. Well, look at every Sports Illustrated. Oh no, it'd be more athletic though if I put like a blue gel, I think, on that, right? Or like, I'm not sure. Something like that. All right. All right, I'm gonna turn this one down and stop. I want it to be more subtle. Sheila's more like a subtle girl, lady, woman. We're not sure actually how old she is, so. There we go, that's nice. Right, just a pinch in there. We're just seeing the kicker over there.
Is the window open? Oh, the window, that's.
The window is open.
They're like, hey, helicopters.
This is much more fun than doing that ever. Now you must be wondering how the heck I'm ever able to make a video in it. Now you know it's not easy. All right. That looks pretty good, I think. That looks pretty good, right? So now it's we've got a nice balance there. Looks good. Background, again, because she is, you know, sticking out from the background anyways, you know, by her nature. Background's dark. She's a super, super white mannequin. I'm not going to light the background. I think, but then I'm only doing 2-point lighting. Now, if you say you're going to do 3-point lighting and you don't, you might not get paid for it. So we have to actually come in here and do you need light? The power cord's there if you want to plug it in. Yeah. All right, so I was going to actually show you how to bounce the light off the wall to do a fill, but I don't think you need a fill. I think it's damn perfect. So I'm going to light the background.
Well, she's literally painted white, so
yeah.
You don't get reflection off of herself.
Yeah, she's super white. I mean, this is actually my first time using Sheila in this manner.
Yeah, I've never shot her either, ever.
You know what I'm going to do? Okay, using the inverse square law, I'm going to keep this light the exact same distance, but I'm going to move it more to the side.
Hang on, let me switch.
Like a baller. I just want to try something. If you're going to move the light around, you keep it basically the same distance, you should be fine exposure-wise. I just want to see what happens if I put it more to the side. Because now I know that she can really take those shadows. Notice, too, that I'm leaving her whole head in the shot every time. There we go. There's a shadow for you. That's not quite Rembrandt lighting. That's split light. No, I don't know. I'll have to watch that video again. We'll turn this slightly this way. Just want to get a little bit more shadow on her face so you guys can see how we'll do the fill. We'll do this 2 different ways, I think. It's funny how much more prominent that background hair separation light is. Once you get shadow over there, you can really see it better, right? You see what I just did there? I just turned the light, right? I didn't move it, I just turned it because I wanted a little bit more light on this side of her. I might raise this smidge too. Just trying to create some shadow over there, but I want it to be interesting. So let's see what that looks like. We're going to come in. Again, we're creating dimension. And notice too, the background's a bit darker now because it was really the key light up front that was hitting the background. Good, good, good. Here we go. Yes, I talk to the mannequin the same way I talk to the models. Yeah, that's better. All right, that's nice. That is some nice light shape in her face, right? We got detail here. We got some shadow there. It looks a little moody. Now I can see, though, this backlight is hitting her in the nose, which I'm not really digging. So, I'm going to swing it out a bit. Go like that. That should help. You know, all kinds of weird stuff going on. Is it working now? We got flavor?
I think we're okay.
Okay. Hey guys, if you have any questions or anything, this is just a really super quick demo. That's a little better. Still hitting her in the nose, but it's not just much better now. So that looks decent. Losing it again?
Tell them they don't have to sign up for the demos.
You don't have to sign up in order to watch it, but it's good if you go to this thing, and they should though. They should get a ticket.
Put a link in the chat anyway. It keeps blocking me.
Oh. Okay. Don't worry about it. We'll figure it out.
We're not saving this one anyway, I don't think.
Yeah. Yeah, this is really just a test. All right, guys, so what I'm going to do here is, in order to do a fill, one of the simplest ways to fill is basically just bounce the light off the wall behind you, because A fill coming, directly from behind the camera, or an on-axis fill, as they say, is just going to be nice and smooth and come forward, and it's not going to create its own shadow pattern, which is going to be nice. It's going to make it a lot easier so you don't kind of have issues with it. So I'm going to fire this guy up. Oh, there's already in the V channel. Aha, finally one was on the right channel. I have a white wall over here, which you guys probably can't see, but you could use a foam core. You could put it in an umbrella. There's a lot of things that you could do. I'm sorry, I've been losing my voice, so. I'm just gonna bounce off the wall. Show you that, see nice big white wall. Whoosh, coming forward, gonna be nice and even. And I know a lot of people who are just starting off lighting will have this question, so I'm just gonna answer it. No, I'm not gonna throw a shadow if I'm here. Because this light is so big and immense, it's basically moving forward and it's just gonna wrap around me. Like I'm not gonna throw a shadow on her. If I got like right here and it was the key light, maybe, but as a fill light, it's not really gonna be a problem. All right, so I'm gonna come in here. I'm just gonna start around 6 power-wise. Because remember, I'm not using TTL, so I need to come in here and meter this. I basically want my fill light to be about 2 stops under in general. Okay, that's right on, so I'm gonna move it down 2 stops, and let's go for it. All right, and again, test. This is the whole reason for this, right? This is why we shoot tethered. This is why you want to get in early when you're doing these shots, set the stuff up, do a quick test if you can, get everything as close as possible before your subject stands in. Then once you get the subject there, you can take a peek, and you can be like, oh, that's pretty good, right? So this versus that, right? Got nice, I also turned that light in the back because got nice fill coming in the shadows, makes the whole thing a little smoother. Remember though, once I'm adding light from the front here, it's still hitting the side of her face that has the proper key light exposure, which means if you're pushing it right to the edge like I like to do, now I might actually risk blowing out my key light side. So I am actually gonna take my A light, I'm gonna turn it down about 4/10. C, that's the B light, C. Okay, let's do a quick test here. Okay, I may have pressed the wrong button there, guys, sorry. Yeah, we're not keeping this one. All right, here we go, everything's up. Let's just see what that did. I think I may have, no, good. I didn't press the wrong one. I thought I pressed the wrong button, but I didn't, so we're good. So you can see, right, I still have detail here, it's still good. If it was worrying you that it was too much, again, bring that A light down a bit. I actually think my fill is really good. Maybe I'll bring the fill down a smidge as well, just because she's so bright. You're such a bright model. And whenever you're doing your shots like this, just kind of get a good base of where you want to be, get your exposure right, makes everything look good. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's a little darker than I would keep her, but I think that that's probably safe if you want to be safe. What I would do at this point is, because I like everything a little hotter, and I think proportionately it's all good. It's all good. You can actually I'm going to bring them all up 2/10. If you were nervous, you could just do that in Capture One. Also, to get a better shot, I'm going to crop off the top of her head. And take 2 shots, because you always take 2. And yeah, there you go. Nice and simple, right? We got the fill from the front. We have this kind of like, it's not really Rembrandt lighting. It's Rembrandt lighting. Yeah, fill. Looks pretty good. I don't know. Let's say though that you don't want the shadowy pattern on her face, right? Let's go back to where we were. Again, I'm just going to bring this up, bring it back to where it was. Since I do have a third light, I could light the background, let's say. Let's light the background. If I only have one light in the background, it's going to be hard to make it really, really even. So it's usually best, instead of trying to kill yourself, to just come up with an idea that's going to make the light look good and not be even. So either putting it directly behind them is a popular one that we do. It's not quite short enough, I don't think. Put it on the floor. I could do the Joe McNally and let out a bunch of V-flats. That was baller. All right.
You want to use the shorty?
No, I'll put it on the floor.
Oh man, you baller.
You know what I'm gonna do? This is really high-end sandbag.
With some rocks in it?
With the This sandbag, by the way, is full of rocks.
They can't see what you're doing.
Oh, okay. I am putting a head on a sandbag full of rocks. Basically just to lean it up in the air. This is why we need that overhead cam. All right, so we definitely need to mess around with that. I'll turn it on. I'll turn the modeling light on so they can see it.
We'll try this over again on my channel until we get it nailed smooth down. The live setup at least.
Yeah, we can definitely do that. I mean, we're going live in a couple of days. You can see the light though, right, guys? They can probably see that, right?
Yeah.
All right, so it's basically just laying on the ground, and this is going to give us the fade. You know, in the 80s, I had the fade. But now it would fade to nothing, so I can't really.
No, you have a reverse fade.
I have a reverse fade.
You have a natural reverse fade.
Natural reverse fade. I'm just going to go for it. It's going to blow out the bottom of it and be a little hot. I'm just going to shoot it because sometimes you just got to shoot it. Because I want to show you another way to do it. I think using the modeling light, obviously, modeling light. Whew, I'm definitely tired. Using the meter is the right way to do it, but let's say, I know people are always like, I don't have a light meter. I got the light more or less in the middle position. It's at 6, so I'll put it on 5. If you're not sure, set the light in the middle, right? And we'll just take a shot. Nice and simple. We get more of her in the shot and everything, right? There she is. Oh, it doesn't look terrible, right? If you, now from here, I can grab my slider, my exposure slider, and I'm gonna go, well, what if I turn the light down a stop? Okay, that's what that starts to look like. About one stop, right? What if I turn it up a stop, you know? That's what that looks like. And you can kind of get a feel there. That way you can do a quick little capture one feel. I mean, don't look at her clearly, because we're just talking about the background.
Can you use a speed light for that background?
Could I use a speed light? Absolutely. Any light can go back here. This is where you want to put your cheapest light, right? Because you don't need to put a shaper on it. It's just using bare power, right? For what we're doing anyways. We're just throwing a bare light down there. All right, so that looks, I mean, I nailed it right away. I'll turn it down to stop. I'm just happy with myself, so I don't have to. All right, I'm going to shoot horizontally and chop the top of her head off, because that's what we have to do for a thumbnail. Yeah, and see, we have like a bit of a fade. It's not completely even, but it like kind of feels right? Actually, I think I liked it where it was, so I knew it. You know, I'll give it half a stop more light. Now, this is the great thing about shooting against, like, you know, let's say gray paper or whatever, and just creating whatever we want, is you can put it wherever you like. Wherever you like the background is fine. There's no right or wrong here. You can kind of just put the background however you like it. If you're trying to light a certain color and you want it to stay that color, then you need to meter it and make sure it's even. But here, you know, I'm pretty happy with it the way it is. You know, I kind of like the more shadowy face thing. I don't know. What do you think? I think I just more like the dark background. What do you guys think? About dark background? Light background. How do we like Sheila? How does Sheila like it? We should ask. How do you like it, Sheila? Dark background, light background, split lighting. Nobody does it better than Seth. Well, I don't have a light to put up overhead. Let's go a little more dramatic. Yep.
Is that the same paper from the event space?
This is not the same paper. Savage was so nice. They got me a paper. This is, now I know the color too. This is Fashion Gray. Whatever number of Fashion Gray is. You can Google that. This is a Fashion Gray paper. Because, you know, you shoot fashion, you gotta have Fashion Gray.
They're all voting dark.
All right, let's. All right, I'm for you. All right, let's go back to just one light. Let's get a little moody with Sheila. Oh, Sheila, won't you let me say? Ooh,
Oh.
that's split lighting.
Ooh. Oh, wow.
I like how she has that little like Christopher Reeves, Superman dealio going on there. All right, so again, we've got now the half her face lit, and if you like this, you could do you know, the fill from the front. But since I'm too lazy to put the light back there, I'm just going to kick in my separation light, because you know it's a bit much, right? You don't want to lose detail of somebody in the back necessarily. That's generally not what we want, especially when we have multiple lights to work with. All right, let's try this. Again, that light has not moved, and my camera settings haven't changed, so the C light that's in the back should be fine. Yeah. Now we are getting some bleed. Clearly, it made the background a little bit little bit brighter, because these OCF strip boxes throw light everywhere. They're nice, but they throw light everywhere. So this gives us a little bit more separation. You know, sometimes when you're just lighting somebody from one side, it's just a bit much. So I think that's pretty good. Anything anybody wants to see as we're testing here? Do we want to test anything else while we're here? We can see me everywhere. The light works. Thanks for bearing with us, guys.
You can hear every single sound.
Oh, all the other.
It's like we're mostly outside.
Yeah. Well, I could put a muffler on my.
Yeah. I don't know. I think we're doing one live on mine just to see if we can.
Okay, like right now?
Well, let's see if we can get a clean stream going.
Right now?
Well,
Do you want me to send people there? People are watching.
Would you guys want to see us do another stream on my channel? Let us know down in the chat. I'll come up with something.
Yeah, well, give us like half
Can
an
I
hour.
borrow your camera?
Yeah, we
Okay,
just
so
should.
there you go.
Yeah, if you want to see Seth shoot something, we can jump over to his channel and test it again to make sure. Thanks for bearing with us during that.
Lights look washed out. Well, they're going to because they're literally up here and therefore look washed here as it lights downward.
Yeah,
Inverse square.
that is the inverse square. Yeah, we're going to light this up a little differently, I think, as well. This was really just a test. Also, if we end up here in the summer, we'll have windows, because these are all windows, guys. And maybe we'll even go out into the balcony, which is the secret domain, right?
Also, when we started the stream, there was sunlight. We actually had to block it out of the background. So
Yeah, so we'll see how that works out.
we're dealing with a lot of issues we didn't have to deal with before. So.
I'm kind of liking this shot. This feels like the shot to me. This is the Sheila shot, right? She's got a little bit of mood. She's split lit. I feel it. That's how
Yeah,
that's how I see Sheila.
I like it. Well, she's very sculpted.
Yeah,
She's meant for like highlight to extreme shadow.
yeah.
Hey, you did a good job, kid.
Well, thanks. It's not as good as the way
You
Seth
might have a
says.
future. Oh, please.
Seth is the master of Sheila.
Don't say that.
Well, not in that way. I mean, that one that you did with the white background with her was.
Like every third demo I do with her is a white background. I do the same demo over. What do you guys do?
Okay, so if you want to see us go out live on Seth, let us know.
All right, so
Anything
let
you.
us know if there was any issues with this one. Did you hear audio the whole time? Did the audio stay in sync?
Yeah,
We need to know that.
audio syncing.
Let us know if this looks too silhouetted to you or whatever, because we can see it one way, but when it gets crunched up and thrown into YouTube land,
Yeah, let us know. That's why we're doing this. We are going to throw another hot light over here probably to light the set on Thursday. We'll try that. Well, an LED, not a hot light.
What
But
are you gonna do?
I'm going to put an LED against this wall and bounce
Yeah,
it
I
back.
know.
So we'll get a little more light coming this way. Unfortunately, we can't really kill those because otherwise it'll just go into a dark cavern, which we don't really want. This is not a video production studio; it's a photo studio. So we're unlike the event space, which was
Yeah.
set up for that.
yeah. And yeah, my audio is going to be bad because this is the only audio you're hearing.
Oh yeah, if you hear Seth at all, that's good because he's only picking up my mic. Normally he won't be talking to us. If we switch over to that technique, we'll give you a mic.
All right.
Do you want to set that with mic I'll give you an SM58?
I don't think we need it. Sure.
You
demos.
beatbox and stuff.
That's fine. Well, now I got to come with a demo.
All right, so Seth's going to do something. If you don't follow him, I'm sure you did. You all came from his channel, probably. Last X Witness on YouTube.
Yeah.
You go on YouTube or Twitch?
Let's just do it on my YouTube. We haven't done YouTube.
Yeah, on YouTube. So go jump over to Last X Witness on YouTube. Why don't you write it in the chat too?
Don't put a bra on Sheila. Okay, that's creepy.
I mean, she's like a clothing mannequin. You would put whatever you're going to put on. I don't know what that means. So okay, yeah.
All right, we'll see you guys on my channel in a few minutes.
Jump over to Last X
whenever
Witness.
we calibrate.
Thanks for bailing with us. Dealing with us.
Bailing.
Thanks for bailing. Thanks for bailing. Thanks for dealing with us, guys. Oh God.